morning and welcome to Viewpoint on Silverbed Reading 94.7 on this very last day in the month of June 2022. I am Victor Irele welcoming you to the program. Next time I welcome you on this program, it will be in the month of July. So let's savor the month of June and thank the one who sits upstairs, who has watched over us from the very first day of this month to the very last day. And what a fitting way to wrap up the month and the program Viewpoint in the month of June. I will take you through a little bit of tidbits and then I will introduce my guest and our focus on today's edition of the program, and I'm sure is one that you want to be a part of. But in case you are joining us for the very first time on Viewpoint on this station, you can join us by sending us messages on WhatsApp on 0817 8000 947. 0817 8000 947. Alternatively, you can also wait when I open the phone lines for you to join and share your thoughts. Alright, the fuel queues continues unabated. As a matter of fact, it's looking even worse right now. And you wonder what exactly is happening. So much being paid as subsidy, but so little being gotten in terms of fuel. How long will Nigerians continue to hold out? And how long will the government continue to play the ostrich? It's a sad commentary. A country so blessed with crude oil, among the largest producers in the world, and yet, like I always say, everything looks like a man who lives by the river bank and he's dying of thirst. Nigerians will continue to queue for fuel until something drastic, maybe when Dangote's refinery comes on stream. Everybody, let me join now. I'm a Nigerian. Dangote is a Nigerian. Let me now join to express that optimism. When Dangote refinery comes on stream, maybe we'll be going there to collect the fuel free. The way we are talking, you hear government officials make it look as if you just go in there, queue, collect, and walk away. We are not going to pay. All right. It's okay. On Wednesday, the Senate confirmed the 7 ministerial nominees submitted by the president to them. And those who were screened and confirmed include Henry Ikechukwu Iko, representing Abia State, Emmanuel Mana, Akwa Ibom State, Ekuman Kama Joseph Nkama, Ebonyi State, Goodluck Nana Opia, Imo State. They were confirmed after being screened by the committee of the whole chaired by the Senate President Ahmad Lawan. The minister designate will replace those who resigned to pursue political beats. Those who resigned were Ministers of Education, Emeka Nwajuba, former Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, Ogbonnaya, Minister of Former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Mines and Steel, Uchechukwu Oga, Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Godswill Akpabio, and former Minister of State for Niger Delta, Tayo Aloshadura. These are those they will be replacing. So we hope there will be a little bit of activities in some of these ministries that they are coming in. And then yesterday there was this story online about the PDP suspending their national chairman, Senator Ifeanyi. But much later, the party came out to say, no, there is nothing like that. Ifeanyi remains the national chairman, even though he's not around. Somebody is only acting in that capacity, not that he has been suspended. So, but from in the last 24 hours, some of the stories making the round simply shows that all is not well within the umbrella party. You've heard the former governor of Ekiti State, what he has said, and of course you also heard governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, what he has also said. So all of these signpost the fact that the umbrella party may not be enjoying some of the best of times. So those are the tidbits that I have this morning for the sake of salvation of time, so that we can seriously dwell on the issue that we have for today. Also to let you know that some ministers have been fingered as part of the allegation of 80 billion loot by the suspended Accountant General. On Viewpoint this morning, is a very familiar face in the media and a voice that has resonated across the length and breadth of the country. He is a member of the legal team representing the former leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, proscribed IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. His name is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Is joining us this morning. Good morning to have you.
Thank you so much, my friend. It's a pleasure having you. But before I proceed, I believe it's pertinent for me to correct this impression. My client, Nnamdi Kanu, is not the former leader of IPOB. He remained the leader of IPOB, and secondly, the proscription of IPOB is the subject matter before the Court of Appeal. So it cannot be effectively be pronounced here that it's a proscribed organization, because it's an exercise we are challenging before the Court of Appeal, and it's coming up for hearing the appeal on 10th of October 2022. So I wouldn't want to be for our decision to be classified as prescribed, because it's still being contended in court. So it's sub judice. The legality otherwise of the exercise of the president at the point was prescribed is being challenged in court of law. So
don't worry, we'll come to that, because I have an angle to that.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to take.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
In the interim, in official government circles, it is prescribed for now.
It's relatively prescribed by them, but in law, it's not prescribed. It's being challenged, and it's not prescribed.
And since it's being challenged, there is an official pronouncement on that. We take it that on this program that is prescribed.
No, we won't take it, because you can't give legality to. You can't make a foundation to illegality. So if you classify this as prescribed at this point in time, recognized by the station, it means you are giving legitimacy to the illegality of the process through which was excised. So which I challenged before the court. However, I don't want to do anything much. We can still get to that if you want me to explain more. Yeah, but as a lawyer who is also in charge of the case at the Court of Appeal, as now, and I've briefs have been exchanged, we filed and responded, and it's still for hearing. So I wouldn't want to be party to where people will be saying that before me, directly before me, that's been prescribed. No, we are challenging it, because it's possible that, okay, what will happen in the likely event that the appeal is allowed? Will still say
fine.
that?
If the appeal is allowed, we take it from there.
But
in the interim, you don't have a counter. It's being challenged, but you don't have either an order that let the status quo remain before.
No, it's automatic.
So
it's automatic. It's automatic. The Court of Appeal is very clear about that. It's automatic. Once an appeal is entered in a subject matter or a decision of the lower court, then the status quo should be maintained by parties. It doesn't need to. The court doesn't need to give that order. It's automatic. It goes without saying. Appeal has been entered. It didn't stop at final appeal and transmit the court to the Court of Appeal. We also proceeded to file appellate brief, serve on the federal government. They responded and we replied. So it has gone beyond appeal being entered. So at this point, parties are expected to maintain status quo ante bellum before the exercise. So
all right, until we come back to that. For now, let's go to on Tuesday, I think. Yeah.
Sure, Tuesday.
On Tuesday, the Federal High Court refused your plea for bail application for Nnamdi Kanu. And then the argument is that somehow that in the last 4 years you've not entered into any application before the court, and then why do you want them to revoke either the warrant of arrest or to grant him bail?
Okay, I believe this should be a convenient forum for this clarification to be made, and I believe it's privileged, because I was kind of disappointed with the reports out there at the end of the proceedings, both from the print media, social media, and also television stations, and they have just mentioned it now. The ruling delivered on Thursday, being 28th day of June 2022, was not on bail application. It wasn't a bail application. So the court didn't dwell on issues of bail on 28th. But it have been reported widely, even by lawyers too, and by media people who were there, by pressmen who were there. They were talking about denying him bail. That wasn't the subject matter of the ruling. The ruling actually has to do with an application we filed on the 1st day of April 2019, asking the court to vacate the order revoking the bail of Nnamdi Kanu and also issuing batch warrant against him. That was the application taken at the penultimate date, 18th of May, and ruling delivered on Tuesday. So that was the subject matter. That was the purpose of the ruling. It didn't do anything well on the bail application. However, if the ruling has gone in the affirmative, Nnamdi Kanu would have walked out of the court a free person, because it's already on bail before he was abducted in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. So we have the court actually, in the course of delivering ruling application for bail at the penultimate adjourned date, requested that the defense team should also avail him of facts and circumstances that led to the disappearance of Nnamdi Kanu from 2017 till the time he was brought before our court. So actually, this is a matter, an application we filed since April 1st. We didn't file it this year. It wasn't filed 4 years after the incident. No, it was filed on April 1st, 2019, and it was filed because on the 14th of November 2018, this matter came up. That was after the bloody invasion of the premises of Nnamdi Kanu by Nigerian soldiers on 14th of September 2017, wherein over 28 innocent and armed civilians were murdered in their cold blood. And in their desperate attempt to kill the man Nnamdi Kanu, he narrowly escaped by rescue by mere out of evidence. So, and the matter continued. And when we went back to court, because actually the matter was slated for hearing on 11th of October, on 14th of October 2017, before that incident. And before the incident, Nnamdi Kanu, our client, had publicly made it known to the world that he's coming to court on the 14th. And he actually asked his followers to be in court with him. However, we have also proceeded to take him on the trial conference briefing before that time. Get in readiness for the trial coming up on 14th of October. So, before the bloody invasion of his premises home in Afaruku on 14th of September 2018. Now, if these people had wanted this matter to go on, they were waiting for him to come to court on October 14th. And possibly, there's no law that said you will not arrest him. If in the course of enjoying bail, he committed any offense unto law, you can still arrest him and probably amend the charge. The law allows you to do that if their intention was not to kill him. But they took war to his home on 14th of September and murdered over 28 persons, and he narrowly escaped by whisker. So we came back to court to inform the court, and actually in the course of time, we then filed a suit against the Chiwami staff, directing him to produce our client his personnel invaded his premises. Then, so it was the ruling of the court on the 14th of November 2018, right? Because when our client whereabouts could not be determined, the court decided to proceed his absence for trial, and I objected to that. So when I said the trial cannot go on in his absence, that is important for historical to confirm, to ascertain what happened to my client, because something happened, something supervening event took place, and the court should not close its ears to that. It's known all over the world that his premises was invaded on 14th of September 2014, and people killed there. It's all over the world, reported by, including by a station, was reported all over the world. So the court will not pretend that it is not aware of what actually happened. So, but however, in court, you have to come formally before the court, put your facts together, put your authorities together. Then the court now said, okay, now decided to invite the shorties to come and tell the court where the persons he took on bail, where his whereabouts. The shorties were in court on 11th or 14th of November 2018 to tell the court that, look, my lord, we came to court to take this man on bail, and if there's any reason why this man should be, his house should be invaded or should be arrested, I believe we're in a position to be contacted. If we took this man on bail, tell us where he is. Okay, we're looking for him. Security agents can as well reach to them easily. They can as well reach to the situation that happened and others who took him on bail, but they didn't do that. They now said the court should also investigate. So on the 14th of November 2018, they were there. The court now directed them to appear in court on 28th of March 2019 to explain to the court the whereabouts of Onyendoma Nnamdi Kanu. Then the court did not allow them to come to court, to not allow them to be in court on that day. Proceeded to make an order directing them that they should forfeit their bail bond and also giving them time within which to do those parts. However, in view of the fact that the action what they are requesting us to do at this adjourned date has been pronounced upon, they went to Court of Appeal to challenge the pronouncement of court on the 14th of November 2018, and the records were transmitted, appeal entered. So on March 28, 2019, when the application they filed in court was meant to be heard, they told the court, my lord, in view of your pronouncement on the 14th of November 2018, I went to court because this application has been overtaken by your pronouncement. So we need to also want Court of Appeal to make a pronouncement on it. Then the court said, since the appeal has been entered and the record transmitted, that it will not be tidy for the court to proceed with the hearing of the application, and the court there and then adjourned the matter sine die. Before then, the court said, Ejiofor, I don't want to hear from you for now. I don't want you to say a word. Let me finish with the shorties. Now, the business of the court on the 28th day of March 2029 is simple. To what? To hear the application filed by the shorties, stating in clear terms and facts the whereabouts of the person you gave us on bail. That was the business of the court on that day. Then the court immediately called, the matter was adjourned to adjourn sine die. The court proceeded to issue bench warrant, and also the court proceeded to revoke his bail warrant and issue bench warrant against our client. There was no opportunity afforded our client to state the facts of where he is, and also to tell the court what happened in his premises. So that was the basis upon which we filed an application promptly, requesting the court to vacate that order he made on 28th of March 2019, because the order was made without affording us opportunity to be heard. So in clear violation of right to fair hearing and sundry matters, and also coupled with the fact that the matter was adjourned for hearing of application, not for trial. It's only when the matter is adjourned for trial that will be in the position to tell the court that our client is not in court today because of XYZ reason, and to that effect we have filed this application. So we filed this application on the 1st day of April, requesting my lord to vacate that order he made without jurisdiction, and also and the order he made without jurisdiction, order revoking his bail and order issuing bench warrant. So that application has been pending in court since April 1st, 2019, and several the matter was adjourned. We kept on bringing to attention of the court that we have this application before you. We are urging your lordship to hear it. Court says it's not disposed to hear it. Has been disposed to hear it until penultimate adjournment, when the matter came up for ruling on application for bail. They cut down the cost of ruling, because people should also understand that Nnamdi Kanu has not been technically denied bail by the court. Sure. Because if the court has categorically denied him bail, the court was stated in his ruling of 18th of May. Right? But what court said is that the application for bail filed at this point in time is premature. That it's important for me to also inquire to know what happened to my client, to the person facing trial before my court. Since 2017 to date, I've not seen him until he was brought to court on 6th of July, on 7th of July 2021. So, can you people now file application to educate me, or tell me what happened to him? That was when we brought to the attention of the court that we have filed this application since April 1st, 2019. That's the application is not for you. Then it was moved. So the issue of filing the application 4 years after the incident does not arise. It should be an oversight on the part of my lord. Because let me just classify it as an oversight. Because at the point of taking an application before a court, you must introduce the application you are taking. First of all, you must tell the court this application is dated so and so date. 1, 2, 5 so and so date. Then supported premise on so and so grounds, supported by XYZ number paragraphs of affidavit and written address. So this were the introducing part, ably stated clearly in unmistaken terms by Linus, Chief Executive SIN. It was stated in court. So I can't just explain why his lordship stated was of the view that application was filed 4 years after the incident. So it wasn't filed 4 years after the incident. So before delivered ruling. So actually, I may not dwell much on the propriety otherwise of the ruling, because we are challenging the ruling on Court of Appeal. So thank you very much.
All right. The federal government lawyer has also accused your team of unnecessarily dragging the case by playing to the gallery. What do you have to say about it?
The federal government lawyer saying that with greater respect,
people run to the court of appeal.
With greater respect to him, he's just a new person in the case. He just joined the team, penultimate. He doesn't know anything about the matter. I don't think he was properly briefed. Because the fact is that it's clear, with respect to him, this matter has been on 2015. The federal government has not taken any single step in that case. They've been amending their charge at every adjournment. The last one they amended, but it's 7th time they amended their charge, either reducing or increasing, and the court to keep on striking some of them out. In fact, as a matter of fact, at last adjourned date, the matter came up for ruling. They amended the charge again, and we insisted there must be an end to litigation. There must be it can't continue unabated. It cannot continue that way. We can't continue. This man has committed no offense unto law. You file frivolous and the unfounded charge against him. The charge that cannot even be tried by a magistrate court. It has no ground whatsoever. Then you came back again after 8 count has been struck out by court, remaining 7, and 7 which you are still challenging the court of appeal to file to also amend the charge. So assuming you want to proceed with actually try this case, conduct this trial expeditiously as envisaged under the stand rules, what informed the amendment of charge? It's more so that when the charge is untenable in law, how can you tell me that somebody somewhere, you never defined the place the person was at the point he was making the broadcast, but the broadcast had in Nigeria without stating the place the information was received and acted upon it, committed an offense? It's not what the law says. It's not what court. Since 2017 to date, I've not seen him until he was brought to court on that on 6th of July, on 7th of July 2021. So, can you people now file application to educate me or tell me what happened to him? That was when we brought to the attention of the court that we have filed this application to April 1st, 2019. That's application is not for you. Then it was moved. So the issue of filing the application 4 years after the incident does not arise. It should be an oversight on the part of my lord. Because let me just classify it as an oversight. Because at the point of taking an application before a court, you must introduce the application you are taking. First of all, you must tell the court this application is dated so and so date. 1, 2, 5 so and so date. Then supported premise on so and so grounds, supported by XYZ number paragraphs of affidavit, original address. So this were the introductory part, ably stated clearly in unmistaken terms by Linus, Chief Executive SIN. It was stated in court. So I can't just explain why His Lordship stated was reviewed that application was filed 4 years after the incident. So it wasn't filed 4 years after the incident. So before delivered the ruling. So actually, I may not dwell much on the propriety otherwise of the ruling because we are challenging the ruling on court of appeal. So thank you very much.
All right. The federal government lawyer has also accused your team of unnecessarily dragging the case by playing to the gallery. What do you have to say about it?
The federal government lawyer saying that with greater respect,
people run to the court of appeal.
With greater respect to him, he's just a new person in the case. He just joined the team, penultimate. He doesn't know anything about the matter. I don't think he was properly briefed. Because the fact is that it's clear, with respect to him, this matter has been on 2015. The federal government has not taken any single step in that case. They've been amending their charge at every adjournment. The last one they amended, but it's 7th time they amended their charge, either reducing or increasing, and the court to keep on striking some of them out. In fact, as a matter of fact, at last adjourned date, the matter came up for ruling. They amended the charge again, and we insisted there must be an end to litigation. There must be it can't continue unabated. It cannot continue that way. We can't continue. This man has committed no offense unto law. You file frivolous and the unfounded charge against him. The charge that cannot even be tried by a magistrate court. It has no ground whatsoever. Then you came back again after 8 count has been struck out by court, remaining 7, and 7 which you are still challenging the court of appeal to file to also amend the charge. So assuming you want to proceed with actually try this case, conduct this trial expeditiously as envisaged under the stand rules, what informed the amendment of charge? It's more so that when the charge is untenable in law, how can you tell me that somebody somewhere, He never defined the place the person was at the point he was making the broadcast. Made a broadcast, had in Nigeria, without stating the place the information was received, and acted upon it, committed an offense. It's not what the law says.